Hey guys, and welcome back to Devil Dagger here in Gnomoria. As you can see, this is going to be the main focus of this episode. In between episodes, I went ahead and just set up this little area here, took away some of the floors so that it does look like there is a continuation. And it doesn't look like we're just piling dirt on top of everything. I will be mining away this entire section just so we can get at the floors underneath the walls. That way we look underneath the walls themselves. It won't be dirt, because our gnomes deserve better than that. Also, in between episodes, I went ahead and set up the weaponsmith while I was waiting for the carpenter to finish creating the beds. So that's finally ready to go. We are going to go ahead and lay out what I would imagine would be the path that they would walk through in that area, and all the other areas just as before. Just gonna put block floors underneath them. Alright, let's go ahead and let's mine out some of these walls here, just so that we can get everything ready to go. Unfortunately, what this means is that if there's a goblin attack, the goblins can actually come through right here. So this will be the main area that I'm concerned with, because they can't move diagonally through blocks, but they can move, through blocks head on. Alright, I guess it's very odd that the AI did that they just completely ignored it. But, what are you gonna do? It is what it is. Doesn't bother me too much. The good thing about laying out the personal quarters beforehand is I know exactly how I need the walls to actually be placed, so I don't have to worry about that. Because sometimes I forget to lay out the personal quarters, and then I'm like, where did this wall go again? So, although it is going to escalate or elevate our kingdom worth, I think it's completely worth it to give our gnomes a proper place to sleep. It might actually, do some good in terms of attracting some new nomads to our land, or our kingdom rather. So we got that block set up, and the reason why I'm taking great care to set up this particular wall is because I don't want the goblins coming in through here. And I'm not exactly sure how I want the bedrooms to be set up. I think we're just going to stick with block walls for right now. So we'll go ahead and get that laid out. As soon as that's done, I will set up the rest of the walls. Come on, there we go. Alright, now we can go ahead and tell them to replace the floors around this entire section. Let's see. Go ahead and just get this all set up. And the reason why I'm not doing it on this section is because this is obviously where the gnomes are going to be walking. So in my mind, it doesn't need to be block floors. It probably needs to be smooth or engraved stone floors. Which, some people might chastise me for, but in my opinion, it makes more sense. The more you walk on a surface, the more it's going to be worn down. So if you put something that's going to have writing on it, obviously you're not going to be able to see the writing for very long. And there's no point in putting block floors, in my opinion, because then there's really no difference in the rest of your kingdom. If you're going completely just for value of your kingdom, it's perfectly okay, because all the floor types and wall types have exactly the same value. In my opinion, it's a little messed up, because I forget which wall it is. I believe it's the what is it, the ceramic floor. The ceramic floor actually takes a little bit more work to try and set up. Some of the ceramics, it looks quite nice. I wish that you could use different colors with the ceramics and it wasn't just all that orange peach kind of color. But all the flooring for the walls is all set up, so we'll let our gnomes get to work on that. As soon as they complete all of that, we will go ahead and establish the walls, and then once we get the walls set up, we can start the paving of the rooms themselves, and then after that, we can do the walkways. And it should look quite nice once it's finished. This section over here is going to be a little bit of a conundrum. I'm not really sure what I want right here. It might just be another area that they can come into. Like I said, I'm not entirely sure just yet, so we'll wait and see. Might just have it wrap around back over this way and have like a stockpile of something. Well, while they do that, let's go ahead and look around the floor to see if we have anything else that we need to set up. Lots of noises from our training over here. It looks like Chase and Phil Bingham are getting to work pretty heavy. How's y'all skills coming along? Oh, fighting, you're at 49 and dodge, you're at 28, so you're starting to get up there. Pretty nice. Like I said, in my opinion, it would be better if those are flipped. Our rail fences are all set up for all the animals, so we'll go ahead and set the gatehouses up for them. Unfortunately, we don't have any pine logs right now, so that's a bit of a letdown. We'll chop 4 more trees just for those 2 pieces, or those 4 pieces in our fence. We're actually going to need more than that in order to create the doors, so we'll go ahead and chop all those right there. And door for the gate itself. Unfortunately, can't set that up just yet, so we'll wait. And there's our autosave kicking in. Looks like our gnomes are busy. Luckily, we have 2 stone cutters, so it's creating the marble blocks rather quickly. This is going to cut into our stone stockpile quite a bit. I'm not exactly sure how many blocks we're making. What I do know is that this is drastically raising our worth. As you can see from last episode to this episode, it's already gone up almost 1,000, so if not more than 1,000. I think we were sitting at like 9,300 or something like that for the last episode. So this is definitely going to attract some new enemies, some more nomads, but we're not guaranteed to get the nomads because it is completely random number generation whether or not you actually get them. So we shall wait and see. Hopefully the RNG is kind to us. Oh, looks like someone is milking the cow. Alright, we can set up this. Our little gatehouses for our animals. And it looks like it's starting to get dark, which this time of the year in wintertime, the sun does go down at, looks like 3:55. So, a pretty early sunset. I don't live in the part of the world where the sun goes down quite that early. The earliest it goes down is about 5 p.m. But I'm sure there are certain parts of the world, up in the north particularly, that get very little sunlight during the day. Someone was telling me that in Alaska they get like maybe 3 hours of daylight during the wintertime. That just blows my mind. I don't know if I could handle having so little light. But, hey. I mean, it looks absolutely beautiful up there, so that's a trade-off. Got all of our dirt, looks like it's starting to stock up, so let's go ahead and add another row to that. Get our gnomes to move that around, because we don't want this dirt to actually sit here. It will generate a dirt golem. And although I don't think a dirt golem could do very much to our militia, since they've been training for, let's see, about 3 seasons, almost, well, 2.5 seasons now, so I think we would be alright. I just don't want to take the chance, quite honestly. And looks like Chase and Phil Bingham are back at it again. Yep, that's Chase and Phil Bingham. All of our beds looking quite nice. Wish there was an easier way of telling the worth of the beds rather than having to click on each individual one. Let's see, 73, 46, ugh. Yeah, some of these beds, they just aren't worth very much. Oof, we're starting to run low on stone too. Well, I guess that means that we need to go down here and we need to start digging. Which over here we almost exhausted it. It looks like it's starting to come to a point, so it's probably better if we... I think it would be better if we dug down another level. Let's go ahead and take another trip down to the next level. That is set up correctly. Excellent. Alright, and how do we set this up? Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. It's actually 4. I do apologize. Can't seem to do things the way that I had them before. Now what we need to be careful of is that we don't actually dig into the crypt side, so we will go ahead and just leave that like that, because we don't want to disturb the dead. No telling what manner of evil would come out of there. Alright, so let's see here. That is one of our supports right there. So what we want to do is to dig around that. And find the other support. And dig around that one, because as I've stated numerous times, it makes no sense to me whatsoever to be able to just freely dig. But not all mechanics can really simulate a cave-in particularly well, so I understand the reasoning behind not really worrying about it. But I like to add a bit of realism to it, and that music means that we have a bit of trouble coming. So let's go ahead and zoom out, see if we can't find them. And of course, we have 3, 4, we got 4 people coming, so let's see if we can spot the danger. I don't actually see them. Let's see. For some reason, it looks like they're just hanging out here by the tunnel, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. Seems that the AI might be bugged. They're just kind of hanging out around here, not really doing much. Alright, well. We have a Goblin Raider, a Goblin Fighter, and a Goblin. I'm not too sure. Well, if you're not going to attack, that's perfectly fine with me. Makes no difference, honestly. I'm definitely not turtled in. You can get in. You just have to bash down a wooden door. Usually that behavior is a sign that you've turtled yourself, or you've built a wall up to where the goblins can't actually get into your fort, so they're not even going to try. And usually when they do that, that means that there's going to be another tunneler. But I've never seen more than one tunnel entrance at one point in a game. It's always just been one, so I'm not really sure why they're doing that. It's very odd. But hey, less combat means no gnomes are gonna get hurt. Alright, time to set up some of the torches down here. I need wall torches, not regular torches. But I think we're going to save the exploration of this mining area for the next episode, because it's been a little bit of a lengthy one. Not quite as long as the last one. Our walls are coming along in our bedrooms. I'll probably wait and finish this in between episodes just so you guys don't have to suffer, and we can move on to the next step in getting our gnomes set up for their privacy. But from all of the gnomes here in Devil Dagger, and from myself, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Hope to see you in the next. Y'all have a great one.